How is my garage going to look with the new Ferrari next to the Aventador? Look what I found. Now we're really talking Ferraris. This is what I wanted to see. I'm deciding between getting a Mansory, buying a pre-modified one, or modifying it myself. I love customizing. If I do anything, it's buying cars to modify. It's just a dream. I hope to reach this level someday. I'm not an engineer and have a long way to go, but this has always inspired me. Check it out, eye-catching interiors all made from scratch. I mean, it has a golden spoiler that might even be made of gold. Everything here is customized. Just look at this. This takes car customization to a whole new level. The day has come when I'm going to be buying my new Ferrari, which I've been announcing for several months. Thanks to the challenge, 4 of you can join me in Dubai to enjoy it. Stay until the end to see my new acquisition. What do you think? We're going to be looking at all the Ferrari jewels that are for sale, and we're going to pick one to add to my new collection. So let's not talk anymore and let's go see all the extreme modifications of the Ferraris and give you a hint about the car arriving in my garage soon. We're buying it today, so let's stop talking and get started. No time to waste. Let's check out the gems we find at Ferrari here in Dubai. Let's go. It's time to buy at 300 miles in the Ferrari. In fact, I wanted to apologize because I know I've been very inactive in the last few weeks since I've been moving. We're searching for a new apartment and updating all the cars. Even if you don't believe it, I'll show you all the car progress throughout this video. I've been focused on business amid many changes, which is how we can buy a new Ferrari each time. Many people said I'd abandoned my cars, and honestly, I had. Remember, instead of selling our cars to buy new ones, we earn more money to buy new ones without selling the old. So, it's time to start buying cars from this year. So, well, we're going to go to the dealership and see what options there are. And they need little brothers, right? We have 2 Lamborghinis, so it's time to add a Ferrari in Dubai. Of course, nothing else is going to be seen. So let's get to it. There's no time to waste. Going to buy a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, these are life goals, right? In fact, that's the new Lamborghini Revuelto with the same specs as my Huracan. Look at that beauty, things you only see in Dubai. I mean, what were the chances? What have we just found? Wow, that's something else, huh? You rarely see a Revuelto on the road. It looks amazing, Mom. What a beauty. That's truly special. Welcome to Ferrari paradise. What I love about Dubai is the wide range of specifications you can choose from. Unlike if you go to an official dealership like we talked about earlier, which is fine because you get to personalize it, but you have to wait a really long time, we're going to check out different models. I'm really excited. Look at this gem. As many of you say, of course, classics, right? I think it's time for something a bit more modern. That's the Ferrari Roma, which I've already shown several times. It's a beauty. I personally love it. Ferrari just released their basic car, but it still costs about $300,000. So it's not exactly cheap, but oh well. Next to it, we also have a Maserati, but remember today we're focusing only on Ferrari. Look at that Lotus, huh? That's the problem. You come for a Ferrari, but can easily be swayed by other brands. But like I said, I want to buy my second Ferrari because honestly, I'm really happy with my 458. And I wanted to have one here in Dubai because we already have 2 Lamborghinis. So there are some really, really good options around here. Honestly, it's a tough choice. So let's see if you guys can help me out. We have a 488, the latest version of my 458. And now an even more advanced model, the F8. As many of you know, this is the Ferrari I was looking for. That we're getting closer. Today I'll be making the purchase. This isn't the usual video where I just show the cars. Today I'm going to make the deposit, and today the Ferrari is coming with me. So let's check out the different options. Obviously, before coming here, I've already done my research. The 488 is a great option, but I think we could choose the Pista, or if not, definitely the F8 is a car that I really love. In fact, look, we have them in all colors. Or where else in the world do you find so many Ferrari options? Look at this, what a coincidence. As I was speaking of modifications, look at what we found here. Actually, I also transformed an M3 competition. In fact, I never got to upload it because I have it in Mexico, but since I won't be going back to Mexico for a few months, I'll leave you here with some shots of how it turned out. Honestly, it turned out almost the same. For that car, I've already been offered roughly 30% more than I paid. So I'm thinking about selling, but honestly, I like to collect cars. I don't just buy them to have them and then change them after 3 months. I don't need to sell any car. Even though I have cars in Spain and Mexico and people often see me traveling, I visit countries where I don't even own a car. I like buying and modifying cars, which bothers many people. They claim it's because I can't afford it, but that's not true. It's just that if you buy it like that, it's already unbeatable. So buying it and just having it parked there, what's the point? And I like to buy a base, make content for you, and profit. People don't get that about modifications. I also wanted to clarify in this video that the Ferrari I want to buy must be modified. Let's focus on prices and mileage now, because in the end, remember that buying cars is also an investment. You know that I buy older versions and improve them. So in this case, we're going to be buying a newer car. I'm not into buying new cars, despite people saying, buy a new car, Dominguero. I actually earn more from old cars than new ones. But it's true that here in Dubai, we have to start shutting up the competition. So this season, I want things to get really intense. Swapping my URA for a Sterato makes sense since Dubai has plenty of desert dunes. Taking the off-road one would be awesome. Imagine the flex. How would that feel? Honestly, it's not really a car for everyday use. Well, actually it is, because it's more comfortable and much more improved. So I don't know, that's the problem. Let's focus on Ferrari now. Sorry, with many changes in my garage, will we be moving the old cars elsewhere? These cars are increasing in value. A few years ago, these cars cost over $100,000 and now their values are soaring. The new ones are too. It's a great investment. Because if you go to Ferrari, as has happened to me before, you literally can't buy them. There's a waiting list. Many cars aren't available for sale, so accessing them is difficult. It's not like you just show up at Ferrari and they sell it to you. You have to already own several Ferraris. It's like what happens with the SUV and so on. I think this track is a good track for what's coming. This is essentially the 488 version, but now it's all carbon fiber. Check out the details. Amazing, right? Wow, that engine is beautiful. Personally, one of the things I don't really like about the Pista is that the seats are kind of uncomfortable, but of course the exterior looks really good because, well, after all, I don't really want it for the track. That's why it's called Ferrari Pista. So maybe the F8 would be a more comfortable car, right? The F8 is newer, but this one costs more as it's the top track version. Actually, I'd love a hybrid of the Pista and F8, one with this look and a more comfortable interior. As you can see, the seats are less sporty. This one is much more comfortable, while the other has carbon fiber everywhere, but just look at this. I prefer this one, speaking from experience, since many Pista models I've tried are very uncomfortable. I mean, literally, you're sitting on the floor, which is great for the track, but for daily use, it's not that comfortable. So at the end of the day, what I'm looking for is comfort. So personally, I love this little gem. I think it's really beautiful, but I don't know. It's just that rear end, man, if I could fit in there, I'd be showing it off. Which do you prefer, the Pista or F8? Honestly, it's a tough choice. And well, then obviously there's the Portofino, which is the evolution of the California. I feel like I'm explaining the whole history of Ferrari to you because honestly, it's taken many months to get to the purchase we're making today. Yes, it's not like, oh, I'll just buy a Lamborghini, since that's very mainstream. With Ferrari, there are way more models than, for example, Lamborghini, so it's really hard to compare them, right? This is the evolution of the California, as you can see. And I think this one is the Spider, and it's not bad at all, but obviously it doesn't have as much power. It's more for showing off, right? This is the 430 Scuderia in Dubai. They always have the top versions. I like the gold rims. That's the idea, right? I don't want to buy a stock Ferrari, you know? I always modify them. I haven't modified my 458 in Spain because its value increases over time. Ferrari people are purists, so they're hard to modify and can be particular. Sometimes they'll even report you. So we don't want Ferrari to report us, but in this project, I do want to modify it as much as possible because we're in Dubai and here it's allowed, right? So look, just check out what we found here, the crown jewel, right, Dad? The Ferrari of Ferraris. I'm not so sure since I come from the last naturally aspirated engine. This one is a hybrid. Many criticize the Pista and F8 for being turbo, but this is actually a hybrid. Just imagine how my garage is going to look with the new Ferrari next to the Aventador, right, Dad? Look at that. How beautiful. This season will be tough, which is good. I know it's not about Ferraris, but let's appreciate that spec. I prefer them to be more eye-catching. By the way, for those who say that SVJs are cheaper here, in Dubai, they're 3 million dirhams. Here's the conversion. It's not very cheap or expensive. You can see the prices here. We're being honest. Well, a little over 1 million, and here's another similar one. I think these specs suit an older gentleman more than a collector, right? I'm looking for something cooler, so I'll search for something more customized. Well, I think we should go to the king of modifications, Mansory, to see what we can find, right? Many here believe modifying cars decreases their value, but I've increased mine and haven't even sold them. Several people have already offered me good money for them. So my friends, I don't modify my cars for free. Let's see if it's Mansory and which side, more Cariguana with the most exclusive Ferraris. Although honestly, I have to be sincere with you. I'm at a point in my life where I don't have time to go look at cars. I mean, literally, we're looking for a new house, and that's going to be in the next episodes. I'm at a point in life where I'm looking for a new Ferrari and house. A tough season is coming, but I'm really happy. It's not about selling cars, but making more money, which is the focus of all my challenges. You already know that if you want to join me in making money, the link will be in the description where I teach you day by day how to make a lot of money. That's why we bought the Ferrari, and more toys are on the way. I won't sell any cars, my friends, because I don't need to. And just wait for everything that's coming. I'm really happy about this new season. I hope you guys have your seatbelts fastened too, because what's coming is crazy. Many of you ask why I don't just sell my cars and buy a Bugatti. Well, the truth is that for me, the cars I have a great story, and that's why we're going to restore them. At the start of the video, they were all lined up, but that's not how it really is. I'll show you the real situation before you keep seeing Ferraris with my cars, since we've had to restore them. No, it hasn't been a mess. Let's get them ready and keep checking out Ferraris. I'm so busy I barely have time to breathe, which is why I haven't uploaded many videos. But don't worry, because we're getting back on track. So, let's get the projects up to date. There's no time to waste on what we see. The next Ferraris have been abandoned. Since I was traveling, they have no batteries, etc. We're already charging the battery, and the Bentley is starting up too. I'm really excited because this was my first V12 before the Aventador, and I took it off-road and so on. It's been unused for a while, and I want to prepare it for the desert dunes, but it has too many minor issues. So, well, that's why now I want to refresh my garage a bit with more exotics and so on. But you also have to show some love to the abandoned projects, right? Many call them cockroaches, but I've always liked this iconic car. And well, we've already ordered the parts. They'll be arriving soon, so we're going to be taking it to the new garage. While we get it started, well, the battery, because the poor Camaro has been sitting for so long that it hasn't started. So, well, nothing, I don't know what he said, but he's lying. So, well, nothing, I think it's gonna start now, and we're gonna give it a touch up. It's really good. The only problem is that it's a bit neglected, right? So we're gonna give it a little love, and that's it. While you look at the new old gems, I get anxious. For those who don't remember, that's how it was. The interior is dusty, but we'll clean and detail it to make it look good. Coincidentally, this is what you find. Now we're really talking Ferraris. This is what I wanted to see. There are Romas, and then there are these. I mean, obviously, we have the hypercars, which, by the way, well, let's go in quickly to see which side is better. But here, we're already raising the level a lot more. So I can't lie to you and say I'm going to buy a LaFerrari or an Enzo Ferrari here. Because, well, obviously, I want to be realistic because this is what we've achieved with the challenge. I hope that in a few years, we can match these beauties. Honestly, these are already hypercars. Maybe that one is possible, but an Enzo Ferrari, I'll show you its price here. It's wild. This is next level, made for Don Guerras and collectors. In the future, I hope to get there. That's our focus. But for now, this fits the budget. So let's see what happens. Besides, there are some real gems over there. Okay, the level has definitely improved a lot. I mean, it made the Ferraris we just saw look bad. In terms of poverty, well, speaking of poverty, just look at this beauty. I mean, this car, honestly, I don't even know what it's really for. If it rains on you, which luckily doesn't happen in Dubai, but this is the Mansa SP1. These cars are only seen at the level of Switzerland, Monaco. They're really collector's items, just like the P1 and so on. But anyway, let's get to what really matters, right? And the moment has arrived. Just look at this gorgeous interior. Some say this ruins a Ferrari, but I assure you millionaires like me pay a fortune for unique cars like this. One of a kind, everything matches, all forged carbon fiber. People say I'm crazy for how extremely I modify my cars, but apparently I'm not alone. It seems there are more than one who have the same taste as me. Oof, honestly, I'm in love. I think this could be a really good option. Unlike the one we saw earlier, I like these interiors more. They look more comfortable. Actually, you shouldn't sit there, but anyway, they still look very sturdy. But the Pista is definitely one of the options I like. This could be a really good choice, and then we can modify it ourselves. Let me know in the comments what you think about that idea, because of course one option is to buy it already modified, or the other is to modify it ourselves, which obviously gives me more content for you guys. I'm deciding between getting a Mansory, buying a pre-modified one, or modifying it myself. So you already know that I love modifying. I mean, if I do something, it's buying cars to modify them. In fact, look, this one has like Spanish laundromats. Oh, I don't know, my friends. There are just too many good options. It's just that we started off really chill, and now all of a sudden it's like the level just went up to another level, right? But anyway, let's get out of this area, because just looking at it, my bank account balance is dropping to 0. I hope that's for a future challenge, but there are too many options. I mean, this just got way too good. So, well, here are all the stock cars. Well, check out that Sterato. Sorry, I know we came for Ferraris, but I had to show you this spec. How crazy is that? It even has a tire rack and the whole setup. They're nice, but again, the comfort of these. I don't know how, but this is so refined, you almost feel bad sitting here. Another thing I love is look at the interior. Wow, it's gorgeous. In fact, where in the world do you find a dealership with so many Ferraris for sale? Honestly, I think not even Ferrari itself has as many Ferraris as this dealership. Well, and on top of that, Ferrari. We filmed in their Ferrari. Wow, look at this interior of this Pista. Now I'm starting to like the Pista even more. This interior looks gorgeous to me, but I'm giving away too many clues. Don't get in my way today. I'm not paying anyone, not even Ferrari. Can you imagine? We're going little by little, right? Maybe just a little at a time. I don't want to show too much here, or we'd have to start another vlog. Here's a glimpse of what's coming next season, since it's on the way. It's a tough situation, but anyway, we're already talking about hypercars. Let's be realistic, because then people tell me, aren't you just clickbaiting? No, today's payment for the new purchase is due, so let's get started. I'm just gonna tell you to save this video, because one of the cars I'm showing here is the one I'm going to buy. So I want you to let me know in the comments which one you think it's going to be. Okay, we're getting closer and closer to the final result. This Mansory modification looks painted, but it's actually carbon fiber and is called the Sarusa 4XX. Wow. By the way, just so you can see that these really are hybrids, they're plugged into electricity. Look at how it's connected. This is how it works. They really do charge. Look, just a Ferrari charger. But anyway, I think everyone wants to see this little Ferrari gem. This is a 488 modified by Mansory. If a Ferrari is already expensive, now imagine a tuning company like Mansory investing in this kind of car. As you can see, the wheels are the kind you just can't mess with. I love them, everything. I mean, it has a lot of little carbon fiber details. Mansory is known for adding as much carbon fiber as possible. Just look at that. In fact, they have a Ferrari made entirely of carbon fiber, and the seats, everything, all the stitching is completely customized. This is for wealthy people who don't want a standard Ferrari. Exactly what they want is to have something unique, which is what I do. I customize my cars. And I know I'm repeating it a lot, but it's really important that you understand my concept, because many people don't get it. They believe I modify cars to fake other models, but it's actually much deeper customization. This has inspired me for years. I came up with so many of them. If you want to see Ferraris taken to another level, just watch what I'm about to show you. It's wild that those who've seen my Specialty Equipment Market Association show videos in the United States, this one was filmed at the launch. It originated in the United States, where they completely rebuilt an old Ferrari engine. Now it's being sold for a fortune in Dubai, Emirates of the United States. Just so you see, dream. Someday I hope to reach this level. I still have a long way to go since I'm not an engineer, but this has always inspired me. Look at this, flashy interiors, everything custom made from scratch, even a golden spoiler, possibly real gold. Everything is customized. This is crazy. This is what I mean, customizing cars beyond just buying an Aventador, which is fine as an investment. You don't even lose money, because in the end, these cars don't depreciate much. But modifying them to this level carries a big risk that they're going to lose value. And there's a lot of money invested, so I put a lot of money into my projects, and that's why I want to take on a project that's, well, on another level, you know? In the future, someone will always want to buy if the projects are good. See this. I mean, this is exactly what inspires me. So now, you know, if anyone has a few $1 million lying around, this has been one of the most controversial Ferraris in the world, just like my projects. So we're on the same level. So what do you think? Do you like it, or does it scare you? Well, my friends, now if you allow me, we're going to stay here in the office, because I think I found my perfect spot. You know, then I've already decided on the Ferrari that's going to be taking me. In fact, when I came here, I already knew which Ferrari I was going to take. So I invite you to subscribe. Click on the bell, because in just a few days, I'll be showing you the car that's going to be taking me. Yes, they need to prepare and detail it for me. Think of it like a Formula 1 car, since there are Formula 1 Ferraris too. By the way, look at this Batman Super Veloce Jota. Wow, it's amazing. It's a combination between my Huracan and my Lamborghini. For those asking about the Super Veloce Jota, I mean the Aventador, in the next few days, we're going to be picking them up, so don't worry. Right now, the star is the Ferrari and the Aventador is being modified. So you know, so click the bell so you don't miss my new acquisition. I'm sure you're going to love it. And how many of you are going to enjoy it? Thanks for your support. All challenge info is in the description. Love you all. See you later, family.